Now, to developments. Colorado's Supreme Court has ruled that Donald Trump cannot run for president next year in the state.
It ruled that Mr. Trump was not an eligible candidate. He had engaged in insurrection in the US Capitol riot 3 years ago.
So, how was this possible? Let's find out more from finance and geopolitics expert Dr. Roger Gewolb, and friend of the programme, may I add. Very good to see you, Roger.
Look, Roger, here's the thing. Every negative that comes his way, he eats it up, he fires it back as a positive. Will he be able to do that with this?
Oh, gosh, yes, absolutely. I mean, this is descending into a real battle. It's gotten so bad. Actually, I understand that the Florida Democrats, I'm in Florida, I've come over for a couple of days, where, by the way, it's colder than in London tonight.
Really?
Yeah. The Florida Democrats, I understand, are trying to meet with Elon Musk. They want to offer him an extension on his Cape Canaveral space facility, provided he puts Trump on a SpaceX rocket to Mars as quickly as possible.
Oh, right.
They're trying all kinds of tricks. This latest one, they have taken Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which actually was enacted just after the American Civil War to keep Confederates, secessionists, from re-entering American politics when the southern states rejoined the Union. They accused them of insurrection. I think this is going to be a giant Supreme Court case, because you can't really take away the right of someone to vote because a bunch of politically appointed judges said he did something wrong. This is going to be challenged, and I think he'll probably win it. And yes, if you look at the bookies, particularly the British bookies, Trump's lead just keeps getting greater and greater. Nobody is near him. And old Joe Biden is now about to be indicted himself for being the head of what the press calls the Biden crime family. So it's an incredible battle going on between these two parties. And the other thing I've noticed is that Americans, I mean, you talk to people about Gaza or Ukraine and they yawn. All they want to talk about is American presidential politics.
Well, that is what is so remarkable, isn't it? That time and time again, as Naima was saying, it just feeds into his popularity. And even now, this decision, it does feed into Trump's narrative that it is him versus the establishment, that the establishment is out to get him. And his voters, or would-be voters, will very much, I imagine, see this as undemocratic. Do you think there is any concern from the Trump campaign that this could lead to more courts or more states wishing to follow suit?
Oh, sure. I mean, there has to be some concern when you're, charged and you have, and your right-hand man, Rudy Giuliani, is fined $150 million by a jury. They have weaponized the judiciary in many places, and it's just all out of proportion. So sure, they've got to worry somewhat, but he just eats this up, and I think it's just speaking to Americans of all ilk, it's very obvious, the tactics that the Democrats are doing, and they get more and more worried about old Joe because, he's allegedly done some terrible things, which he could be indicted for. And also, his health is in question. So they're in a really sticky place because they've got nobody really to put in his place. And Trump is really just eating them all for breakfast.
Roger, got to leave it there. Happy Christmas to you. Compliments of the season. Thanks for your time and your analysis.
Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you. Happy Christmas, both.
Thank you.
You very much. Now,
I just notice I do a lot of shouting when people are on a line. Because he's in Florida, I'm sort of talking to him as if he can't hear me. And he can probably... Technology means he can hear me just, really, really well.
Wow.
So bye, Roger. Right, OK. Breaking news. Give us that breaking news. This is political.
Yeah, it's happened in the last few moments. Andrew Bridgen has left the Reclaim Party. Now, you will remember he was a member of the Conservative